Welcome back to HOLLANDSCHEVELD for episode 8 of the co-op Let's Play series with SealyEG and me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back.
Hello.
I want to try something. Hang on 1 second. This is going to sound awful and I apologise, but I'm going to try. Hello? Who got hit met ye vandaag? I hope that's right. I've got an English to Dutch translator, and that says, "Hello, how are you doing today?" I think
you're getting all fancy with your...
I just thought I'd try it. I just thought I'd give it a go for all our Dutch viewers out there. In fact, we're in Holland. So, SealyEG, a couple of things to tackle before we start. One, how are you?
I'm good now, thank you very much. Just wasn't feeling well at the start of the week.
Start of the week. It's been a week and a bit.
Yeah.
Nearly 2 weeks.
No.
Yeah.
Has it?
Yeah, pretty sure, hasn't it? It's been a
while.
while.
Well, I'm back, so...
Yeah. She wasn't very well at all.
No.
And we were a little bit concerned given the current state of the world at the moment. For a couple of days she barely got out of bed, and that was a bit worrying. And she wasn't eating. I mean, that in itself, she is stick thin, but wow, can this kid chuck some food down her neck.
That's very true.
It is very true. It is very true. Excuse me. Oh, right, so...
And the other big thing that we've done...
Go on.
...is we've got rid of seasons.
We have. You can explain why.
We were just struggling, weren't we? And I wasn't really enjoying it because it was just hard and there was so much to keep up with, so we turned it off.
It was something we were talking about, and I've been talking to some of my subscribers recently about this, and I had a bit of a rant on, well, not a rant, but a sort of chat on Stone Valley, saying about perseverance and resilience and that feeling of accomplishment. And it was a real, we kind of went backwards and forwards on this. And in the last episode, I know it was a while ago, we did ask people... Actually, you know what we'll do? Should we get the equipment and we'll talk about this on the way over?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, so, with seasons off, you may not be happy about that, and I'm sorry if you're not. It just is the way it is. We just think it's going to be better for the videos and that kind of thing. We are now, we've gone out into another day. It's just gone 8 o'clock in the morning. We are going to go to SealyEG's fields and we are going to mow, collect, bale and wrap, and we're going to sell silage bales to make some money, because as you can see I'm down to 28 grand and we need to make some money.
Yes.
But that being said, I need to spend some money before I make some money. I know.
I can
great,
buy
isn't it?
Or
No,
lease
you
one.
can't. So, well, you could, but at the end of the day, we're going to use it a lot. We've got a load of contracts available as well for fertilizer, and we can start picking up some of those as well. I need to go to this page and borrow. So I'm going to borrow some money, and then I'll chip away at it. It's not a problem. I don't know how much to borrow. I think it's about...
The first one I saw was like 54,000.
Oh, no, that's for just a baler. What we're going to go for... And you won't have used this, and it's another reason why, because it's introducing you to some equipment you haven't probably looked at or touched in quite a while, is under baling technology with the new Kverneland is the Vicon FastBaler. And you're going to love this. I think I'm going to have this on Kverneland this time. We'll leave it on that. Oh, actually, what foil colour do you want? No, yeah, I knew they were going to say that. It was obvious that's what it was going to be.
Yay!
Right, that's 110 grand. So that should leave me... Oh, we're about 4 grand up on where I was, 4 or 5 grand up on where I was before. So that's actually fun. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and grab my mowers, which we'd already bought. I already had those before. You're going to grab that.
Whoa!
I'm going to mow, and with the from the same pack, I've got the mower set up. We will windrow, and then we will cut and windrow. You will bale and wrap, and then we'll have our silage bales. So I'm just going to whiz over.
Lit.
You're going to love that. Make sure you unfold it before you start as well. But don't worry about doing that yet, because you're going down the road. Yeah, so while I'm walking over, We asked in the last episode, and what we were finding, it was, we would already said in the video, how are people making money on seasons? And like I said, when I did my Sussex Farm Let's Play with seasons, I'd already had an established farm before seasons appeared on the scene, before it became a thing. So I put seasons on, but I already had a farm kind of established, and loads of people commented, and thank you to everyone who did. I was in the middle of putting these on already. Thank you to all those who did comment. And all sorts of stuff was suggested, and people saying, "Oh, pick up baling contracts." Well, you got to remember as well that without speeding up time, we weren't at a point where grass was ready to be cut because it was sort of mid-spring, and there were no baling contracts available either. A lot of people said, "Oh, do silage." Again, we couldn't. We had no grass to cut. We had no crops ready. Nothing like that. So
we were just very restricted, and I don't think we could have as much fun as we normally do.
Yeah. Now that was the thing. We were then trying to put our finger on what had changed. The Meadow Grove series we did, and we only did I think 6 episodes on that. People loved it, and loads of people were watching it. And then we found after like 4 or 5 episodes on HOLLANDSCHEVELD here, the figures started dropping off. People weren't watching as much, and we couldn't work out why. What had changed? Because we come on and we have a crack. We just do what we do. And the one thing that we kind of put our finger on, and when we asked people what do you think's different, the majority of responses from people were seasons. Seasons has slowed it down so much. And I know a lot of people said, well, you can speed up time, and you can, absolutely, you can speed up time. But I just think, and I did say right from the very first episode, didn't I, if you recall, SealyEG, I said I think we've bitten off more than we can chew on this.
Yes, you did, quote MrSealyp.
Yeah, and I think we had. I think it was just too much. So for all those people, SealyEG included, that were hoping for a bit more MrSealyp wisdom and learning a few things about how seasons work, I honestly think for viewing pleasure and for us for playing it, at the end of the day we got to have fun. We want to get on here, we want to play, and we want to have a laugh. And because it was so restrictive and like I said, we play straight through for an hour, we just play. If we couldn't do certain things and we're scratching around, that hour can... And we felt it. I think that was the thing. That was what kind of tipped us off immediately. We felt it. We knew something wasn't right. We knew it just didn't seem like it did before. And admittedly...
something didn't feel right.
Yeah, I put that down initially to the fact that last time we did anything like this, SealyEG was younger, and she has grown up a lot since then. And I thought, well, maybe she's just got a bit old and doesn't want to do it anymore. And she does. We had a chat, she absolutely does. And let's be honest, I'm 46. No, I'm not. I'm 47. Good grief. 47 now, aren't I? Yeah, that's a sign of being 47, losing my mind. I'm an adult, there's plenty of adults to play. It's got nothing to do with their age. So yeah, that was what it is. Oh, I think I've left... where's your tractor gone?
I need to move some things out of the field from when I spent hours logging.
Have you still got your front loader?
Yeah.
I've left the front loader, the forks, this grapple. There's a grapple in the middle of the field, which means we won't be able to mow.
On my way back.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Oh, you absolute legend. So SealyEG's fields aren't as big. I've got a bigger field. We're going to do all of them. Hopefully we're going to whiz around and get them all done in this episode. So we're going to bale, we're going to wrap, then we're going to sort out, hopefully picking them up. Then we'll find the best place to sell them, best price, and we'll crack on with that. Oh, thank you very much, you little legend, you.
That is fine.
The other thing as well is, actually while we're doing that, what is going to be the best price for... Well, that's loose price, isn't it? Best price at the moment is at Robert Aachen, but I don't know if he takes bales. But that's not a bad price. Okay, so let's unfold everything, shall we?
Oh, no.
This will also mean we'll get a quicker rotation of contracts available, so harvesting things will come around much more often. We'll be able to do a broader range of farming within the time we've got. I just think it's going to work better. So, what I have is part of the Kverneland pack. I've got the front mower, I've got the rear. Now this can be either Vicon or Kverneland, and I went for the Kverneland, and this has got these awesome like Merge Max belts on the back of it. You don't have to have those, you can just have it as a regular set of mowers. And first thing SealyEG said was, well, hang on a minute, we're going to have to get a windrow and stuff, and I've got a windrow. Oh no, don't you worry a thing. If I go R1, L3, toggle work mode, we can go from left swath to right swath to widespread or swath dropping. We're going to go on swath dropping. And what you're going to do, SealyEG, on that fancy new baler, you've opened it up?
Yes.
You're going to love it. So let's turn front one on, drop it down, rear one on, start them up, drop them down. Let's do this. One thing you've probably already noticed, or you may have noticed, you don't have to stop anymore for round bales with that.
Wait, what?
Don't have to stop. Just keep going. It will just keep going. Just keep going. It will bale and wrap and unload without you having to do anything.
Oh.
Oh yes. The turn might be a little bit tight at the end. I apologise for that.
That's okay.
I'm glad you think so. So, what are we up to this weekend, SealyEG?
Well, it was my cousin's birthday. How many days ago was it? 2 days ago?
2 days ago.
And it's my eldest sister's, is that right? Yeah, birthday. Yeah. When is that? 23rd.
Yep.
Of August. So having a joint birthday party. So we are going to see my cousins for the first time in a very long time.
Yeah, because of all the current unpleasantness, and with some of the rules and stuff having changed recently, you are allowed to gather now for like garden party type situations, but no more than, is it 30 people now or something? Something like that, isn't it?
Like that.
No more than 30 or something along those lines. And the thing was as well, to reduce the sort of gathering situation, we decided the best thing to do would be, or they kind of said about having a joint party, because that way we would have gone to theirs one weekend, and then a couple of weekends or a weekend or so later they would come to us, and they said, well, you know what, let's just do one, we'll do a joint party, and then we haven't got to worry, everyone's together at the same time, we all get to see each other and everything will be
I guess
lovely.
The idea came about because my sister was going to invite the same people anyway.
Yeah, pretty much,
hers.
yeah.
So they might as well have just done them together.
Yeah. So we're off to Colchester.
I think it's just very lucky though that we can do that, because I feel like we've been raised to be very close, because we're kind of like paired up with someone else in like the cousin's family.
It is that kind of weird thing, in so much as, yeah, when my brother and sister-in-law told us they were pregnant with their eldest, we then had to say, well, actually we are too, and then the same thing kind of happened with with the twins, wasn't it? It's with the twins and Kaylee.
Yeah,
twins and Kaylee, my brother, one of my other brother's children, and then my son and Madison were not far off, and then you and Roman. You've been trying for a little bit to try and get Roman on so you could play some Gran Turismo and stuff, but he's been busy. Well, he works part-time as well, doesn't he? No, he doesn't work part-time.
We said we were going to do it the other day. We said let's do it the next day, but then I can't remember what happened, but we never ended up filming, because of one day that I was meant to be filming with him, I was editing my first Fortnite video, so
you were, and that was quite nice. Hang on 1 second a minute, I'm just going to mute my mic a second. How do I mute my mic?
I don't know where he's gone.
Sorry, I'm back. No, I've got a coughing fit. Normally that's the sort of thing I would just edit straight out. I was like, oh, I haven't got to worry. But the thing is, I could edit out on my video. Sorry?
With coughing fits and sneezing fits, that's what comes with the job of being a seal.
Being a seal.
Hay fever.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Got that from my dad.
Yep. It's the seal nose, that's what it is.
I do have the seal nose.
Your mum's got the Kelly nose.
I feel like out of everyone in our family, out of your children, I look like you the most.
Do you?
Like the girl version of you.
Oh, why is this not turning off? There we go.
In my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True, it is,
I feel like I have your nose, I have like your eyes, and have your eyebrows.
My beard.
Oh, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No.
Too far?
Yep. Too far. You took it too far. I'm joking.
Always. Typical dad. All starts off a bit of a laugh and then take it too far.
For example, your potato jokes. I've been hearing them when you've been filming your video. The fact that you say them and then you laugh, it just...
Well,
by the end of your video the other day, you were just like, okay, I'm done, I'm sorry.
I found a few online, and I read through as many as I could find, and sort of picked up the ones that when I first read them made me chuckle. That's the ones I thought, yeah, alright, I'll stick those on. And to be fair, by the time I got to the end, I was thinking, oh, people are going to hate me for doing this. They're really not going to be happy about it. But
wow, we got so many bales.
I know.
Way more than I thought we were going to get.
I didn't think we'd get that many off of here. Don't forget as well, when we collect these bales up, to make sure you come over and fertilise your field again, because you want to get maximum yield off the next cut as well.
The one that we're about to go on, I don't think we're going to get as much because it isn't fully fertilised.
That's my point. So yeah, you need to make sure, if you check on your map now, I'll probably show on mine as well, won't it? Again, I'm preaching to converted for most people, that's absolutely fine. Actually, it's not going to show it, is it? Soil composition, it might do. Yeah, so we've just cut your field 86, and that's now showing as the first fertilising state again, because we've cut it back. So if you fertilise it again, you'll get maximum yield off it again next time. But yeah, 85 has only got one fertilising state on it.
I think the only reason was because when we brought these two, it was already nearly fertilised on the field that we've just done, but this one had nothing. But because we were on seasons, the growth stages were taking so long, so I never actually got a chance to.
When you come in and bale this first bit, can you close the gate behind you so I can get along the edge of the field easier?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much, it's very kind of you. I think the other thing as well we were talking about with this is the fact that having it set like this without seasons on means we can make progress quicker, and it's something I've been finding a lot over the... How many videos have I made now? Something like 1,500 odd videos or something, if not more now. And I know from when I watch Let's Plays, you know, all the various different people I watch, and even like actual real life farmers, it's one of the reasons I love watching Cole the Corn Star. Because for me, it's watching the journey, it's watching the progression, and how much people change, how much the farm changes, but also you want, the progression. You want to see progress. You know, if you watch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes and nothing happens, you know, it's all well and good. Yes, it's farming, and you're watching someone doing farming. But unfortunately, if you're not seeing any progress, if nothing changes, if they don't buy any new machinery, if they don't change anything around the farm, and it's one thing I'm loving about watching Cole is because his plan is to change the farm massively, you know. And it's one thing I found on Stone Valley, and I know it sounds a kind of childish attitude to have, but people do want to see progress. They want to see something tangible for their time, you know.
For us, we... like every morning when we would come down, or the evening before I'd go to bed, we would sit together and say what we're going to do, and we would sit there and be like, oh, what can we do, you know, like we were kind of restricted. But now, because we're not on seasons, plant grows faster and we just have so many more options, and it's stuff like, I know the animals, we're doing animals easier.
Is it easier now, or was it easier?
Was it easier before in comparison?
No, it's easier now.
Oh, okay. So it's going to be easier now, and we can get more and just have some fun, because who told us something like that was going to be a problem, and then we kind of considered maybe even switching to a different map because it was so hard on here. But now we don't have to.
And again, like I say, we're not adverse to hard work. I don't want people to take the wrong impression from this. This is not a case of us going, oh, it's too hard, we don't want to do it anymore, and quitting. Yeah, it was hard, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's one of the big things I was hoping was, to be able to show SealyEG some stuff and teach her a few things about seasons. And I don't get me wrong, I love running seasons. I think it adds a whole immersion to everything. I think it's a fantastic mod. But the problem with that then, it was literally just down to fun. It's really difficult if you're not enjoying what you're doing, if you're not having fun, you then start, well, why am I doing it? Why am I playing this?
There's like a bale in like the middle of the area, I'm sorry.
That's alright, don't worry.
In advance.
I'm about to come back over this again because I've just chopped a few bits more grass just by the way I'm going, sorry. Just follow the route I'm going and you should be okay. Yeah, so it wasn't just about us quitting and saying, oh, it's too hard.
I think because it's a mod and because it was not base game, sometimes I would forget that we had seasons on, so I would say, oh, let's do this, and you'll be like, but we can't do that.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh, because obviously I don't play seasons regularly, so it kind of just got annoying for me.
Yeah. And it's still going to be challenging. We're still going to have things we want to do. There's still progression we want to do. I mean, you were talking the other day just about, what, I'm going to change my tractor. She actually said, I'm bored of the Fed. I'm bored of it.
Yeah, I just want something different. I want to get one of the big fast tractors in the future.
Yeah, so you've got things you want to aim for. I think with seasons on as well, because on this map you start off with so much equipment, we both thought we'll start with 2 tractors, and I think, again, potentially that was a mistake. I think we've got 2 fairly large tractors, and then thought to ourselves, we haven't actually given ourselves anywhere to go with these. What are we going to do with the tractors, I want to change mine at some point as well. So there's tractors. We haven't got a lot of machinery and equipment, so we need to build up our machinery and equipment. We definitely need a bigger seeder.
I think now that we can plant more at any time, we can make money more off crops and stuff as well, which is going to be good.
And the
fact we will be able to.
Yeah, and the fact is we can do jobs like this. Because I've bought the FastBaler now as well, we can come out and do a load of silage bales at any point and make some money.
Yeah, I like things. A lot of things I can do to a point off camera, but I get bored of doing it. Like ploughing a field or something, I get bored doing that. But stuff like baling, I find it very therapeutic, and I actually like it because there's so many different stages.
And that's where we differ massively, because you do get bored very, very quickly. Whereas I will spend hours doing a job and it doesn't bother me. I find it really therapeutic.
6-hour potato harvest?
It was 8 in the end, but yeah.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, it turned out to be 8 hours, which was wonderful. And you know what? It didn't bother me. I know I often say I've got OCD, and I get people comment saying, oh, you haven't got proper OCD, and I've always said there are scales of, everyone is somewhere on the spectrum of being a little bit OCD. There'll be something you do in your life which would be considered a little bit OCD. But for me, the whole, doing that harvest and not wanting to stop, not wanting to quit, to keep those harvesters going and backwards and forwards, it becomes a compulsion. You become obsessive about it. And I think that's another one of my traits, is that obsession that, as people are finding on my Stone Valley's Let's Play, while I'm doing contracts, the amount of contracts I've done, it becomes a compulsion, and you just keep doing them, and you find yourself stopping thinking, what am I doing?
For me, the type of OCD is that when, especially like today, I have a list of stuff in my head that I need to do before we leave, and it's like for school as well. If I have revision to do or homework, I will make a list in my head and I will keep going over that 100 times to make sure like it's in my head and I know what I'm doing, and I'll think that I won't have enough time to do it.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. But I will keep going over that list in my head to the point that I won't be focusing on like the program I'm watching or something. So that's the type of OCD I have. You're a perfectionist.
I mean, the weird thing is, some things, yes. Other things, I do get to a point, I'm like, you know what? I mean, I'm a perfectionist in most things, like when I'm doing DIY and like when I was building the man cave and stuff like that. Bearing in mind that was all built out of pallets. I suppose, there are bits I've done and it has to be right. You say perfectionist, the people we're going to see today, my brother, Man Cave Beer Reviews. He's actually got sort of 2 channels now. Was it Man Cave Beer Reviews and Adventures, or is it just Man Cave Beer Adventures? I can't remember what he's changed the name of it to. But he's also doing his channel Graham Makes Stuff.
Yes.
And my brother has this just, I don't know, this incredible ability to just make things and make them well. And it's one of the things myself and some of my friends that we're getting together today have always said. We kind of joke about it, and he'll put up a picture in one of our groups or whatever saying, I made this, or I'm doing this, and we'll say, what, did you have a spare half hour? You know, I've just built an extension. So, oh, okay, you know, what did you have, an afternoon free kind of thing? He will just build stuff. And you think, I'm a perfectionist with what the things I do, and meticulous. Wow, he is next level.
You have OCD to the point, get this, if he eats jelly beans, myconites, jelly worms, he will organise them into colours. I walked in to, like, he had a plate on his lap when he was watching TV the other night, and he had the jelly worms all like in colour order, and he was eating them in the order from worst to best.
Jelly worms are my nemesis.
I love jelly worms, but you can only seem to get them like in Germany.
Yeah, I hadn't had them until I started doing the FSL stuff with Giants, and I went to Erlangen the first time, and there was a little corner shop around the corner from the hotel where they'd put me up, and I went in and just to get some snacks and stuff, you know, because in the hotel bar and not bar, the little mini fridge was so expensive. So I thought I'll pick up some, you know, something to eat, and I saw jelly worms. Oh, yeah, I haven't seen these since I was a kid. Well, the ones I got from Germany were, they put something in them. They have to. They was the most addictive thing. So I ended up buying, I can't remember how many bags I bought and brought home.
Back. He was like, look what I brought, and I was like, okay. And he lifted, like he opened his suitcase, and it was just jelly worms. I was like,
See,
I have to admit though, they are very yummy. And thing is, I went to the Haribo shop in the Wembley outlet, and there was none. And when I brought that box for you with my first paycheck,
yeah,
it was the exact same packaging as the one in Germany. So I don't think they do them anywhere else.
No, you got them on was Amazon Marketplace, but they do come from Germany. Yes, I'm obsessed. Now this is what I'm talking about. This is the difference between myself and SealyEG. So I'm driving off here now, thinking, but there's grass on the floor. I can still see spots of grass all over the place you haven't collected. It's very
difficult, and grass will grow, so you will hide it.
Mad, I can't. Oh no, we can't. So you make me wash everything to the nth degree, and you go bonkers if I don't wash stuff.
Because being dirty is unhygienic.
But then this is not on a tractor. It's not.
You could catch diseases, get dirt in a cut.
Where are you going?
Get an infection and you will die. So there you go.
Wow, that escalated really quickly. You could get dirt, you could get an infection, you could get a cut and die.
You never know.
If you
Just
remember,
our family luck, we will.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? We'll go up this way and across, then come back down again.
Whoa!
Oh, didn't see that. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, on the last episode I was partway through doing a seeding contract, which I didn't actually finish, and weirdly, not weirdly at all, the contract is still ongoing and the machinery is still in the middle of the field, so I will do that off screen. Actually I think I've come the wrong way, it doesn't matter. So we're going to go do my field 28 now. Yes. We're going to get that done. Now, we have got some options. What did I just hit?
Oh.
I'll tell you what, you did well to stop. I think I caught the overhanging branch with the mowers, didn't I?
Maybe, because I just
come out a little bit. You know, I'm going to put the beacons on. I'm putting my beacons on just for health and safety reasons.
What, to tell the trees that you're coming? What?
No.
What is that going to do?
I don't like you anymore. Not the tree. Oh, it was a good one, was it? Ooh. Okay. Yeah, we have come a long way.
Have we?
Next left. We'll take the next left, and then we have to go right the way across. Yeah.
The next left is at the very top of the map.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh so, no, there isn't. That was my mistake. It isn't.
Yeah, I thought so. I'm going mad. Yeah, so for the people that said we need to not to use the slow tractors again because it takes ages to get across the map, that also then comes down to that catch-22 that I've always found when I first started doing videos, and I personally used to enjoy, like when I was watching people like Dagwin and that, I enjoyed, especially like in-cab stuff, driving between fields and that kind of thing. I thought was great. I loved that. It was all part and parcel of the journey and the experience, and a lot of people hate it. It's like, you know, when I first started doing it, people were like, oh, just skip that bit. You know, you've done that journey so many times now, we don't need to see you driving from A to B. And it's weird, isn't it, how... But again, it comes back down to that you can't please everyone. You know, as many people that are going to be pleased we're not running seasons, and that we're going to be having a bit more fun and enjoying it and being able to do various different jobs, there will be as many people that will be really cross or upset or annoyed that we're not running seasons anymore. So you're never going to please everyone. It is... No, I'm not going to say it. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
You always chuckle when you say that. Right, zoom out.
Yeah, because people say it and they look at me because they know I'm going to say it back.
Right means go left and right.
You don't know where your own fields are?
Nope. Actually, we don't need to go left and right. I think we can get onto field 28 from the... Oh no, that's the cow pasture. And we could mow the cow pasture, but I don't think we're going to do that. I don't think so. That would be churlish. Now, we've got to decide how we're going to collect these, because we still don't have any mods installed really. We've got a couple, and like we have kept saying, we are going to start putting them in. But that was the other thing we were finding, because the amount of jobs and things we could do were incredibly limited. We were finding we weren't putting any mods in because we weren't at a point where we needed them. So it was pointless saying, oh, we've added this mod in today, but we're not going to use it for another 4 episodes, you know. So I think doing this as well means we can start adding mods in and using stuff quicker.
Yeah.
That's right, isn't
yeah.
it? Right. I'm going to stop in a second. Pay attention to my brake lights, because I need to just check.
There's no brake lights on your mowers, so I couldn't see.
How do I get into field 28? Is it off my main field?
I think it's on... It's either... take a left...
I think it's actually from my farm, isn't it? Or is it off the main road here?
Yeah, it is. If you go in to the first entrance.
Oh yeah, because you yeah, you did it, didn't you?
And then you turn, like, do a 360, but kind of turning.
What?
Moving.
What?
So you're not doing a 360 in one point. So you
Talk
turn,
to me, Goose. Talk to me.
And then you turn again.
Now.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's how I go into the field. Oh yeah, there's a gap in the fence.
Oh yeah, there's a gap there. Well spotted.
See? Wah!
Yeah. When I'm stopped. That's when you stop. Why did I stop? Because I need to start mowing. Right, front mower down. On. I'm going to try and do it from in cab. This could get messy.
Okay.
Don't say it like that.
At least you didn't do it on my fields.
Oh no, I've got to get through the gate first, haven't I? Right, let's drive forward a bit with the big mode.
Lower. You get
Unfold.
big bale wrap.
Oh yeah, pink bale wrap.
Woo!
Yeah. So what I was saying, I started off saying about the mods. We haven't got we haven't got any auto load bale trailers.
No.
We've got the auto stack bale collectors, which are part of the standard. Oh, have we? Yeah, we have. I'm sure we have. Oh, I don't know. Regardless, so we can either look at doing manual collecting.
It's going to be like logging all over again.
It will. It'll be like deja vu all over again.
No.
Hardy, hardy, ha. No?
No.
Oh, come on. I remember the days when you used to laugh at all my jokes. When you thought I was the best dad in the world.
All your joke. You are the best dad
all
in the
my
world.
joke. All my joke. All one of them.
I'm sorry, did I not finish the word?
I laugh at all your joke.
I love all your jokes.
The rest of them are rubbish, but that one joke's really good.
What was I saying? And you
Nothing
are the best
important.
dad in the world. What are you saying? What is this?
I just wanted a bit of positive reinforcement.
Oh, okay.
I'm feeling a bit fragile. I'm not really. I'm alright.
Are you sure? Do you need a
Yeah.
hug? I always offer you a hug and you're like...
You do.
No.
Do you want to explain why?
What?
Do you want to explain why I often say no?
Oh, farm dog.
Farm dog.
Farm dog is so protective over Dad. If I even stand up and he is upstairs...
Oh, we could have gone for the field this way. Look.
Where?
There's
I'm
an
not
entrance
near
at the
you.
top. Oh.
I'm only going 4 miles an hour.
Oh, do you know why that is?
Why?
The only downside to that FastBaler, and don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic bit of kit, is the bigger the swath, the more content of the swath, the slower it runs, because it has to process it. So the smaller the swath, the less there is in the swath, it will go really fast, and the more there is in it, the slower it will go.
I think that...
Actually, there's a lot in this, isn't there?
Yeah.
This is very high yielding.
Yeah, because it was fully fertilised.
We're going to get a ton of ales off this. We're going to make some money.
Yeah, farm dog can sense when I'm near Dad, even if he's upstairs, so he will run, and I mean throw himself down those stairs to jump on Dad and look at me and like get away from him.
To protect me.
He just doesn't like it.
No, he doesn't growl or anything like that. He's never done anything like that. But he's just very protective. It's quite funny.
He does lots of licking and just looking at you like, no.
But there's a hierarchy, because he'll do it with MrSealyp as well. So he'll protect her from anyone. Then I'm kind of next on the chain down from that. And then he'll protect the kids from sort of outside interlopers, that kind of thing. But if I go into the front room or upstairs, or if MrSealyp's gone upstairs to watch TV or gone to bed early or anything like that, and he's up there with her, if I come up, he will run across the bed and put his paw on her. Literally sit down and put his paw on her leg or on her arm to kind of say, no, get away, she's mine. So it is honestly bonkers.
He sits in between you two, so you can't kiss.
What are you talking about?
I trained him well.
That's what I say, that's what you do. When you lot were kids, you used to do it all the time. No, don't kiss.
Oh, funny story though. The other night there was a thunderstorm.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and the other thing as well. Okay, I'll say both.
What other thing? Oh no.
The spider situation. But I was saying to Dad that morning that if there was a thunderstorm and I was sleeping on my own, I would come and sleep in between them.
Like you lot used to do.
A thunderstorm, and then all of us were like, "We're gonna come sleep with you." It was so scary. I hate thunderstorms. I like wrap myself in my duvet like a burrito to kind of hide the lightning. But it was so hot, I was suffocating.
Funny thing is, when I worked at Royal Mail, I was a postman for 17 years, and I worked nights for 7 years of that. Constant night work. The money was better, but I never saw my wife or kids or anything. It was terrible. But I remember one night there was a really bad thunderstorm, and I was at work, and I got home to find all of my kids in the bed with my wife. So I get in like 6:30, 7 in the morning, like, where exactly am I supposed to sleep?
It was scary, because normally it's just like one flash of lightning. There was like multiple.
Oh, what, the other night?
Yeah,
it was
scary.
Insane. I mean, we having been having how much we had like days and days and days and days of 31, 32, 33, 34 degree heat, and it got hotter and hotter and hotter, and it just seemed like there was no end. Then it was like, we're going to get a thunderstorm, and everyone said, oh great, that's going to break the heat, get a bit of relief from it. It was like being in a jungle. It was a monsoon. I've never known anything like it.
Yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere, if you know what I mean, because that morning it was sunny and clear skies. I went in the shower, got out, and it was raining, it was windy. Like, it completely changed.
They closed off parts of the M25 because it had flooded so badly, so quickly. People couldn't drive on the motorway, and it was. And then we had rain pretty much for 2-3 days now.
Yeah, it's nice though, because it got like awful, the heat. I don't think I've ever sweat so much in my life.
It was a bit much. I know there are places around the world where people have it much, much hotter. And I know when I said the other day it was like 33 degrees, and someone had posted, oh, you know, you should be wherever they were, you know, it's 106 degrees here. Well, 33 degrees works out to be about 100, 99, something like that. So it wasn't far off. Which for us in the UK, and I had loads of comments actually the other day, that's interesting, saying, haven't you got air conditioning? Nope.
Houses in England, well, I guess some might, but ours doesn't.
It's not that common in the UK. Office blocks and places like that. I know the school I used to work at, some of the offices used to have air conditioning, a couple of classrooms
like new
did.
Apartments and stuff.
Yeah,
but
generally speaking,
it's just like radiators and heaters, isn't it?
Yeah, we don't really have air conditioning, only because we don't usually have that kind of hot weather for prolonged periods. If we do, we might get a couple of days of 30-degree heat. But the last couple of years, we've had some really high temperatures for a bit longer, which we don't normally get. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's air conditioning in regular kind of private homes may sound like an old people's home, in a person's house, is not as common. I wouldn't say it doesn't happen. I wouldn't say, oh, in the UK we don't have air conditioning.
Oh yeah, I bet some newer houses do, or they get them installed. But
and you can probably buy air conditioning units, and you'd like have them put in a window or something yourself. You probably can.
What we have is a fan, this huge fan that it's been with our family forever. Since
with our family forever. You make it sound like a family heirloom.
No, but like we've had it since like I was born.
It was handed down to me by my grandfather.
It came out from, but yeah, that's our aircon. We put it in the dining room.
Antique fan. I bought it in Costco a few years. No, we haven't had it forever.
Yes, we have. We've had it since I could remember. Like.
Well, that's a week ago for you.
Whoa.
I was doing what beacons on. Oh, whoa. Well, we're down to the last 8 minutes again.
I'll tell you another funny story in those 8 minutes.
Go on.
So the other night.
That's gonna be a long story, isn't it?
I was going to the toilet. You know, okay, minding my own business, and something fell on my lap. Okay. I looked up thinking, oh no, there's like water leaking. And I saw nothing. I looked down to see a spider on my lap. And it was huge. And I mean huge. I screamed and flicked my shorts across the room because no way. I put on a different pair of shorts after that, may I just say. But it was that big that I felt like the thud on my lap. And because even though I killed the spider and I knew it was dead, I still put another pair of shorts because I was like, I'm not risking that. No way.
Risking what?
But the fact that it was above my head the whole time I was going to the toilet and I had no idea, it kind of just scared me. So now every time I go to the toilet, I have to look above me to make sure there's nothing there. It's not funny.
I'm just trying to. Oh my. No, it's
Dad
not funny.
doesn't like spiders.
I don't.
So he would have been in the same position.
Don't like
Dad
spiders. Don't like
is the
snakes.
person that calls mum.
I'm not a screamer. I'm not like I don't jump up on a chair and go bonkers.
Baby. He cries. He has to get
mum. Behave yourself.
I'm just joking. He doesn't.
Like small spiders and stuff, no problem. The larger they get, the more. I've always said, people say, went to Australia on holiday, or people, if any Australians out there, any Australians watching, how do you do it? And a lot of the American guys as well. Snakes and spiders. I'm pretty sure. I was watching. Was it Billy Connolly touring Australia? There's been a few programs, and I think you've got 2 or 3 of the most venomous spiders in the world in Australia.
Yep.
And I think it was like the top 5 most venomous snakes. There's the fierce snake, and there was some others. It's like what? Scorpions, anything like that.
A video of Chris Hemsworth on Ellen, and he was talking about when Matt Damon came to stay with him, and they were drunk, and they were at Chris Hemsworth's house, and there was a snake in Chris Hemsworth's bathroom, and because he was drunk, he just picked it up normally and was like playing around with it, and it turned out to be poisonous. Luckily, he didn't get bitten by it. But yeah, he was drunk, and it's like a natural thing to him. If I couldn't get used to it. I'm never going there.
Well, I think anyone who lives in a place where the landscape and the fauna are trying to kill you, hats off to you. I cannot imagine You know, we've got adders. I think are probably the worst snake we've got in the UK. We have grass snakes and stuff like that. You don't see them very often. Spiders, for the most part, I don't think are venomous or poisonous or dangerous or anything like that in the UK. We don't have anything like that. I mean, we used to. You go back far enough, you know, when we had forests and stuff, there were wolves and bears, but that's hundreds and hundreds of years ago. So yeah, I don't know how you guys do it. I honestly, like I say, hats off to you. You're a braver man or woman or child than I.
Australia has all sorts: sharks, crocodiles, snakes, spiders. I hate reptiles. Reptiles terrify me. Like, I can't even look at a picture of one. I get shivers.
When SealyEG was little, she had this thing about lizards, and she called them diddids because she was tiny, and you know. And we had bought what do they call them? Beanie babies, little like a cuddly toy, but no, it's like a beanbag toy kind of thing. I don't know if my son bought it or someone bought it anyway, and it was a beanbag lizard. And she hated them, and diddids. So what we did, because she had a habit of crawling up the stairs, and we had stair gates and stuff, but she was a bit of a nightmare. So we would put this little lizard on the stairs, and she wouldn't go up the stairs. She wouldn't go past it because she was terrified. My son, who at the time could have only been about 4, maybe, I don't know, maybe a bit older. No, I don't know. He used to throw it into her cot. So when she was
that just
in her
shows the
cot,
relationship I had with my brother.
He would throw it into her cot, and she would freak out. But
the fact that you even thought, oh yeah, let's put on the stairs so she doesn't go up the stairs. The thing is, I remember this happening at like my nan's house. Why would you be doing it to me at my? And then my auntie had like tanks of snakes, which she would let slither out, and then in her toilet, it isn't like real, but in her toilet next to it, she had like this crocodile wooden figure thing.
Yeah. Me
being little and terrified, thinking it was like a lizard, I would sit on the toilet crying. I wouldn't want to go to the toilet. I had to get Mum to come in and help me multiple times. I was tiny at this point, may I just say.
Yeah, that was last week. That was terrible.
But yeah, I couldn't, because I'm so scared of like lizards and reptiles. Like when, you know, in primary school when they bring in those like
when they do the fun animal days when you can go
snakes on the floor. I was crying. I couldn't do it. It's just scary.
It is. Anyway, we're down to our last 2 minutes.
Oh.
So we are going to, in the next episode, sell a load of these, and we're going to make a load of money.
Yeah, I'll do the bailing off camera, maybe when we get back tomorrow.
It won't take you much longer.
No, it won't take long.
You think how long it would take if you had to keep stopping and unloading and, you know...
Yeah.
Like in the old days. In the olden times. Like you said, you know, when people used to have antique balers, you remember, like... ones that ran on steam. Those type. We are going to get a load of bales, and this is something with seasons on. We couldn't have done this. We couldn't have done it for ages. So as far as contracts go, what am I looking at? I've got to finish off that seeding one. So we've got fertilizer, we've got baling contracts. So we have got a load. There's a baling contract on field 29. If we do that together, we can knock out some of these contracts and make some serious moolah. So anyway, with that, we are back.
Yes.
Hopefully next week we'll try and get a video up every day.
Yeah.
We'll try. We're hoping to. So the next one we are going to sell a load of these, hopefully get a load more money. I want to buy a bigger seeder. I just want to get a bigger seeder because I do. And what I'll do is start chipping away at the loan I just got to buy the FastBaler. But anyway, yes, we have come to the end of this episode. What do they need to do, SealyEG?
Go smash that like button. Just go do it. I know you want to do it. Don't
even think about it. Just do it. And I don't say it very often on my videos. I've said that before. But the biggest thing you can do to help my channel, help SealyEG's channel, is just hit the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. It's not going to take much time. Just hit the like button. Like so many YouTubers I'm watching recently are saying that now. Just hit the like button. Like I say, it's not going to. You know, if you've really not enjoyed the video that much, so you don't want to, fine. But if you don't normally and you do enjoy the content, like I said, it doesn't cost you anything, doesn't take really much time at all. Just bang, hit that like button, and it can make a massive difference. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. to
Please do.
either one of us, both of us, whichever you want to do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, be nice.
Feel free, my dudes.
And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. But whatever you should choose to do,
Thanks for watching.
thanks for watching, everyone. See you in the next one.